Welcome back to another episode of Idiots. I am your host, Cory Williams, and we are here with Gorgeous George, and it is our Halloween episode that we're going to do.
Yeah.
A little bit of spooky going on in here. You got it set up really nice.
Yeah.
Looks good.
It's not nearly as jank as the last time.
I know. We've upgraded.
You'll actually be able to see the dumb shit we Google this time.
There we go. Yeah, we are. I think this episode is going to release on Halloween Day, right?
That's the plan.
Or at least we're going to try.
We're
going to figure it out. So what are you going for? I heard you were going as Kanye for Halloween.
For Kanye? Yeah. I'm going full blackface. Always Sunny got away with it, so.
Who?
Always Sunny? They still haven't taken that episode down. He does it twice. No, those are the only ones on Hulu that you can't find of Always Sunny.
I think they go brown face. I think she's like Mexican.
No, Mac dresses up as the dude from Lethal Weapon and paints his entire body head to toe.
Well, you know who did go blackface and that it really still isn't a big deal. Robert Downey Jr. in that
Tropical Thunder.
Yeah,
you know who did a reverse blackface and still is not a thing? White chicks.
Well, I mean, who cares?
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, it's great.
That movie's incredible.
You know what movies that I'm surprised still aren't canceled is the Rush Hour series.
Why? Those are great.
Jackie Chan literally says the N-word a couple times, like through the movies.
Yeah, but
I mean, he's not a white dude, so I guess it's better than nothing. But
yeah, he's a person of color. He can say that kind of stuff and get away with it. Yeah. Are you jealous of Jackie Chan? So yeah, I have. I ended up ordering. I got a big giant Olaf snowman costume for Halloween. Yeah.
Does Lennon like trick or treating?
She does. She loves it. She loves candy, but she's.
I don't know where she got that from.
She's got like 20 costumes right now, and there's like 5 different Frozen versions, and so I was trying to find Blippi. I don't know if you know who Blippi is, but
I'm sure one day I will.
Internet by storm. He is. I was trying to find a costume like that so I could be Fat Blippi, but instead I'm going to be Olaf. So, and it's huge, like it's super. It's got like 2 fans on the back. It takes like 16 AA batteries to power this thing. Yeah.
So like an animatronic?
Hides every piece of me, which is great.
What does that mean? It's somehow bigger than you?
It's huge. It's gigantic. So, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna eat all of the candy. Every single piece.
So Lennon doesn't know that she's going trick-or-treating for you. Or are you having your own bag?
Oh, no, I'm bringing my own. I'm 100% bringing
What's your favorite Halloween candy to get on Halloween?
You know what? Unpopular opinion on this.
Oh, God.
I don't really know what they're called. They come in like brown wrappers and black wrappers. And it's just like this matte colored wrapper with like this candy inside of it. I don't even know what it is. We should look
have
it
a
up.
name?
I don't know. When I was young, everybody called them ghetto candies. That's what, I mean? Like we were in Louisiana and we were in the ghetto. So like we just called them ghetto candies because they were cheap. But
ghetto candy, let's see.
That's it. These? Holy shit. That's the second picture that's on here.
North Carolina City bans those weird orange in their band.
Isn't that crazy?
It's legit called ghetto candy?
That's what we called it when we were young. I mean, we lived in the ghetto. So, like,
Weird black and wrapped Halloween candies. What? I forgot about these.
Yeah, they're
these
like
are actually like
peanut butter kisses.
Oh, get away, shitty ads.
Candy. Yeah, no, what? Go back up. What is that?
Circus peanuts?
No, they're not circus peanuts. They're fucking gross.
In a week notice to repair a trick or treat by the city. Yeah, they've legit banned them. No one likes them. Don't give them out.
What the fuck? They were like, I guess that's mostly like that's all I got. That was like the main thing. Those and
that's crazy.
Wax lips. Remember those?
Yeah, I remember the wax lips.
Yeah, and we chew the shit out of those wax lips. I eat that shit.
I just don't. It just blows my mind that I typed in ghetto candy and that's actually pops up.
I know. I was thinking like when I said it, I was like, I might get canceled for this. But then
see what Urban Dictionary
Google was like, yeah, that's it.
The cheap, nasty candy left in the bottom of your trick or treat bag that you just can't stand to eat but won't throw away because it's candy.
If you have a choice between this candy and drinking pancake syrup, I picked that candy. I mean, I was used to it. That's all we got. Yeah. We were poor, so that was it. There was no like. You didn't get that and candy corn. Candy corn sucked though.
Fuck people that actively still put candy corn in Halloween stuff.
You know what? Listen how great this is. My cousin Danny, he lives in Shreveport and Louisiana still. And every year he does something different and passes out like something wild. And last year he did ramen. Just like nothing but ramen, like different packs of ramen.
I'm sure all the dads are stoked.
Big giant bowls. No, the kids loved it.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He was the ramen house. It was something different. Like last year at my neighborhood, I did full boxes, like big giant movie boxes, because I wanted to fuck the other parents up. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted the kid to be like, "Do you not as cool as this dad?" You know?
I bet you won that.
I did.
What are you doing this year?
I'm still there. I'm still the coolest dad in the neighborhood.
Yeah, you're also the youngest dad, so that makes sense.
I am the youngest, but yeah. So this year, I'm gonna follow the route of Danny and go and get. I'm actually probably gonna go to like Saigon or somewhere, one of the markets, and grab just a ton of like really awesome Asian candy.
Dude, if I got those pop sticks or whatever the fuck they are, I'd be so
stuff like that. Yeah. Pockies.
Yep. I think that's what I'm talking about, right? Pockies? Or there's the sticks dipped in...
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'll do a bunch of Pockies. I'm going to do a bunch of like, high chews and like really cool Asian candy. Because, that's what I love. We just got done eating Vietnamese, which is
on me. Yeah. Whew. And I feel like I could fall asleep right now.
So I think that's what I'm going to go for this year. I really want to... Oh, I am doing we're doing a block party bash in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And, usually we're doing stuff on Halloween, like emo prom or something. But this year we're not doing anything. So I'm bringing out like a 40-foot screen. And I'm just going to play terrifying movies. Just scare the shit out of all the kids on the block. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just play like, what's that new one? Terrorizer or whatever.
What?
Yeah, you haven't seen that? Terrorizer 2? I think that's what it's called. Look this thing up. Dude, this clown is fucked.
Oh, I fucking hate clowns. I'm good on that.
Yeah, so check this thing.
Terrorizer
maybe? Nope. Terrorizer?
I guess I need to learn how to spell. Terrorizer 2? Terrifier?
Terrifier. That's it. Terrifier. Now look up the images and look at this clown. I think it's called Art the Clown.
Yeah, I'm good on that shit. Dude. Fuck that.
Look at that thing. Click on that.
Piss on that. This one?
Dude, yeah, look at that thing, dude. Fuck that thing. Oh, it looks like a condom.
Oh, it looks like something.
Ooh, that is rough.
You know what that looks like? That looks like you when you popped out of that fucking closet and scared the living shit out of me earlier.
I have a video of that. I did that this morning. Ugh. So, just so you're aware, this morning I got here right after George, I guess, and he had went to the bathroom. When I came in, he wasn't out here, so I went and hid in our storage closet, in our storage space, and I put my hood over my head, and I just stood in the dark. I stood there for probably like 6 minutes.
I was taking a shit.
Yeah, so I stood there for a long time.
And you almost made me take a second one.
Yeah, and then I recorded it on my phone, but I ran out at him really slow.
We all know you can't run too fast.
Yeah, it scared the shit out of me. First of all, I think I proved that I'm the fastest one here.
Did you?
Multiple
fastest
times.
One to fall to the ground.
So there was one time let's talk about that. We were drinking tequila, And it was probably what, like, I don't know,
2 a.m.
2 a.m.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say it was 2 a.m. and we had drank an entire bottle of tequila.
Yeah,
And we were still crushing like Miller Lights and whatever.
Yeah. And we had a debate about who is the fastest. I still think I am.
It wasn't a debate. You said, I will crush you in a foot race.
And I would have.
If I was underneath you.
I would have fucked you up. Like, if the road wasn't... Okay, so the road that we ran in was like a ditch. So it was like, we started off.
Yeah, but I was also on unleveled ground. We were both...
Yeah, but my center of gravity is a lot different than yours.
Oh, yeah.
And then also it didn't help. I had the wrong shoes on.
Yep. So
the person who yelled start, like, laughed at me before she yelled start. And then...
Soon to be.
And then, you know...
How many steps did you take?
About 4 straight to the ground.
Yeah, your steps were on.
Yeah, I lost a lot of skin that night.
Yeah, you actually fucked up your hip like pretty bad.
Yeah,
like full road rash.
A huge
thing
of road rash, but I didn't feel it because of the tequila.
What's funny, and I never admitted you this until this very moment, but I was like, a quarter of a second from being on the ground too. I did the like, oh, and then caught myself. It was a hard
spot that we should not have ran at that spot, or at 2 a.m.
or period,
yeah, or just at all.
Just at all. It's a terrible competition.
It was bad.
Yeah, but until otherwise proven in a different whatever. Victor.
Yeah, that was rough. I got a phone call today that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
What was a mixture of phone call and text messages. A buddy of ours actually makes candles.
Like from scratch?
Mm-hmm. And he asked to make us some candles. And I was like, okay, well, what are you thinking? And he was like, I can make a tequila one, like a tequila smell one for a Sessionado. And I was like, I guess
smell liquor, like, I just think like old bar liquor, and that just
So I don't really know how. I said okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. And then I was like, well, hey, what about making me and Danny one? Like 2 separate ones, like a dandle and a corndle.
Oh my god!
And he was like, yeah, I could do that. What do you want your smells to be? And I was like, I don't know. Like, what's English? So I was like, maybe like Coleman's English mustard for Danny's, and then like Duke's mayo for me. So keep a lookout. We might have some candles.
Are they going to be like your face shape and they slowly melt away and cave in like those?
I don't know.
Wax skulls?
I don't know. I have no clue. But I just know that he's. It's called OMG It Smells Candles.
Is it like local?
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, local. Our buddy Austin. Remember Austin?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's gonna make us some candles.
Nice.
Maybe we can get a Gorgeous George one. It just smells like money or something. Like, I don't know.
No, definitely not that. I don't know. What would
trust fund? Just reeks of trust fund.
Pretentious fuck.
Wine and trust fund.
Wine. Could smell like. I feel like the beach is too generic, but that's pretty.
Can't do the fucking beach.
Yeah, that's pretty white girl. Yeah, it's got to be a smell that's just like, oh yeah,
that's George.
Armpit.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. Yeah,
Taco Bell would be good.
Hot sauce seasoning.
Can it smell like Gucci and Taco Bell? Oh
no, it should just smell like Copenhagen.
Yuck.
Yeah. Do you think mustard smells good, or a fucking mayo candle is going to smell good?
Mustard smells great. I don't know what mustard is going to smell like.
English mustard?
Yeah, I have no clue.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, anyway, back to Halloween. We're not doing anything that's like making this scary. So, I wanted to ask you,
oh God,
if you had any ghost stories or any like if you were sitting around and say that's why I lit this campfire down here.
Oh, is that why I'm so warm right now?
Yeah, I lit this campfire down here so we could tell scary stories around it. And I wanted to ask you if you had a scary story. I have one.
Okay.
So, but I wanted to ask you if you had any.
Oof. I mean,
This is something that we've never really talked about. Right?
Yeah. No, I got a few. Like when back in the Maxwell days in that creepy ass house.
That was a good one. That's a good house.
We so
it was an old house.
Oh yeah, it was from like it was around. So the property, it used to be a boarding house for the nurses that worked at that old Sacred Heart Hospital on 12th. Like they worked there. There was like a whole boarding thing with like patients and shit. It was a whole lot. So you remember like my yellow house and the house I was behind? That used to be one lot, and then they split it up. That's why it's split really fucking weird. But it used to be one house, and supposedly like burnt down or some shit. Like crazy. And one of the...
that whole area is like really historic though.
Yeah.
Like
it's old as shit. Yeah. I think it was from, all of East early 1900s. Yeah. Maybe even late 1800s by the time. Well, the boarding house would have been late 1800s.
Yeah.
But my house was, I want to say like 20s, maybe 30s. So old as piss. And it was built on top of that. Supposedly that shit burnt down.
Right.
Can't confirm or deny. But so me, my old band, me, Ben, I think Robbie was there. Robbie might not have been. Robbie was there. The dude we called Cheese, Dylan Chisholm. I don't know if you remember him. But we were all there, and Dylan, that was back in the Spice days, so we were all smoking like some stupid shit. So I don't know.
Spice was fucked.
Spice was rough. Mad Hatter.
Yeah. Now they're like Delta 8, and they're like people.
That's the new Spice.
Kids don't get it.
Yeah.
Kids don't understand what it was like to climb the K2 summit. Remember that shit? Mm-hmm. Oh. It make me forget where I was.
Yeah. I would just get like stuck, and next thing I know, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I only smoked it like one time, and that was enough for me.
Yeah. I've had a couple buddies like lose their fucking mind on it. Yeah. They came back.
It's gone now though, right? They don't sell that shit.
It's illegal as shit. It was all the little
as it should be,
Indian stores that had them or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were all doing that, so that might have a little bit in it, but Fred was even here because that was when Fred lived at the house too. But Dylan Chisholm brought a Ouija board over.
Oh, shit.
And back then I was like super spiritual and religious and shit. So that scared the fuck out of me. So I was just like, y'all have fun with that. Like, I'm good. Not doing that shit. Well, they went in like the tiny bathroom or whatever, and they were all like doing it or whatever. And it starts moving, whether or not, one of them's fucking with you or not, who knows. But it they like asked who it was, and nothing was moving, all this shit. And then they asked, what you're not supposed to do is like invite whoever, like you're supposed to try and like, cause there's supposed to be like good, bad, whatever. So they just like, we're inviting whoever. And I guess someone showed up and was moving the board, and they asked like what their, its name was. And it just spelled out the letters like KW or whatever. And that was it. So we're like, well, I don't know who was fucking with them or whatever, but it freaked us out. And in that moment, when it started moving, what you're never supposed to do on a Ouija board is let go. And so Dylan freaked the fuck out that it moved. It was most likely him that made it move, if it was or not. But he pulled his hands off. And so everyone's like, no, fuck, put him back on. But supposedly once you break the circle, it's like too late.
Yeah.
So later that night, he's like, he got like really into it after that. We looked up on internet. We were looking up like people that lived in the area, and supposedly there was a nurse that worked at that hospital that lived in that house that potentially had burned down.
KW.
That was named like Kelly like some KW name. Yeah. And it was a real person, nurse in Pensacola, all this shit.
I get goosebumps.
Yeah. So that happened. And then, so Dylan got all like real weirded out. And he was, we were all out in the living room, like playing Xbox, doing something stupid, probably smoking more spice. And Dylan was in my room alone, lights out, sitting there in the dark, just like trying to continue asking like whatever was there, like shit. And so he's sitting there and just like, hey, and we can kind of hear, he's like, hey, if you're real, like do something, like fuck around and find out kind of thing. Cause he was like, I don't know if I believe it. And then next thing we know, we just hear this huge like scrambling in my room. My door swings the fuck open. Dylan hauls ass outside of my house, about breaks the door off the hinges, the front door, and runs all the way to City Grocery, which no longer there, but you know how far that is. Yeah. Sprints there, and then just starts like puking and throwing up all over the fucking place. And we're just like, what the fuck just happened? And so we all like go outside and we're like hanging out with him, and he like has like the lights are on, nobody's home look. And we like finally get him halfway to the house. He's like, I'm never going back inside that house. Like, I'll never step foot in it again. We're like, what the fuck happened?
He saw something.
And he said, I was like, asking whoever to like, show that they're there. And next thing I knew, someone had their hands wrapped around my throat and were like choking me.
Ugh.
And I was just like, okay. And then like you look at his throat, and there's like a visible like handprint on his fucking neck. And I still don't know like what my stance on it all. But anyway, that. And while we're all standing out there, he's just like, no, like I swear to God, I would never make this shit up. Like it's fucking with me. We look at my house and my bedroom light shuts off. No one's in the house and it just shuts off. And we're just like,
burn the place to the ground.
Yeah, okay. Well, we obviously like did some shit weird. And then this is actually a really long story. So Dylan refuses to go in the house. Our other buddy, Dylan, who we called Ding, was there too. So Ding and Ben decided to take Dylan to their house. And then I can't remember who. I think it was me and Chris. We were just like, whatever. He's just fucking crazy. Let's go back inside. Well, supposedly on the way back in the car, Dylan and Ben told me that like he had that like two-tone voice where it's like the low and the high, like someone was talking. And it was like incoherent sentences, and it was like didn't sound like it was him like speaking. So the whole thing was we thought like something like latched onto him or got possessed or something for a little like some crazy shit. And then so yeah, that happened. And later that year, we would always, I mean, that house was like after the Handlebar shows, like the trash house, everyone come back and fucking party and get hammered. But we have multiple people that would always tell us like, there was this nurse that they saw this nurse or whatever. And we hadn't told anyone that fucking story. And one of our buddies that was out of town, his girlfriend was just like, I mean, I don't know, but like we were all playing ping pong, like beer pong in the kitchen. And she's like, over in the corner, like I just saw this like silhouette of like a clearly like old school nurse just like standing in the corner, and it freaked me the fuck out. And that's why she like went outside and left. And she told us that. We were like, oh, fuck, what? And then, so like that happened. We had a couple people that, saw this white nurse supposedly, and we hadn't told anyone these stories. And then we, after that person would tell us, we'd be like, oh shit, well, this is what fucking happened. Like all this crazy shit. And I remember another time we used to, for whatever reason, I had like an old door that had it was a window door, and it was leaning up in the back room where that beer pong table was. And when the lights were off in there, but the lights were on in the living room and like the dining room, because it was a shotgun house, you could see sometimes reflections on it. And I remember just like sitting there, and every now and then through that mirror, I would catch a glimpse of something, and it'd like make me like turn. And then one night it's pitch black back there. It's dark in the house. I'm watching TV. Ben and I are sitting on the couch, and Nova, who was, was at the time, was sitting there. All of a sudden she like gets off the couch, goes half. So there's the living room like this. And then right where that wall ends, there's a dining room. Then the kitchen starts. Yeah, I remember. She starts getting and going towards there. And all of a sudden, she just shows all of her teeth, the entire body of her. She was
so docile.
Yeah, and she was like a husky, German Shepherd mix. Shows all of her teeth, every inch of hair from the neck to her tail just puffs out. Yeah. Her tail gets puffy and long, and she does like the slow, like, I'm about to pounce on some like prey, like in the wild shit. And then she gets to the door that led into the kitchen where that back room was, where everyone supposedly saw this nurse, and just stops. And for like 10 minutes, she's just growling into the darkness. And Ben and I are just sitting there like, what in the fuck is happening back there? No. Like, nope, no, none of that shit. And then I think Dylan was there too. He was like on the porch or something. And so we got like super freaked the fuck out. So we turn all the lights on in the house, and we're just sitting there like hair standing up, like shaking and shit. And then finally, we all move out of the house. Fred stays there for a little longer. And then like Dylan continued to smoke a shitload of spice, really went off the deep end with it. Supposedly he's good now, but went off the deep end with it. So none of us are really friends with him anymore. And then I moved back a year later, and like the house just felt completely different. Like whatever was in there had left with someone. and Dylan, whoever. And Dylan had a lot of other crazy stories. Like he told us one time that he was in some party like in Tennessee. I don't know exactly where. And he like opened some door and discovered the Illuminati was real and saw Soldier Boy getting gangbanged by a bunch of white dudes. Like,
all right. Well, anyway.
Yeah. So he went off the rail. But like ever since that like moment, he was never the same. And he started using harder and all that shit. And it always seemed like there was something that latched onto him. Because when he left, everything like felt alleviated. Fucking crazy.
Oh.
So yeah, that's my ghost story.
Wow. That was rough. Every time because I went to that house a bunch.
Yeah. That was after we came back.
Yeah, and it was totally fine.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know, I mean, being the Native American that I am, you know, I have pretty honed in senses of things.
Well, and Nova was really honed in on that stuff too, and she acted like she was a night and day difference in dog from when before and after. Yeah.
So I've got one. Mm-hmm. I was actually this is when I was living in England, and you can actually pull this one up. Oh, shit. I was living in a place called the Navigation Inn in Solihull.
Navigation Inn.
Yeah.
In Sully. Like that? Like
yeah, I think it's SULI.
Sullivan Inn?
Solihull.
Like that?
Yeah, maybe. HUL. I think it's all one word.
Ooh, I can't see. It's so fucking dark in here.
Old Warwick Road, Lapworth. There it is. Okay. Yeah, so that's it. Solihull. See it right there? Yelp. Navigation in Solihull.
See if there's pictures.
See if you could find.
Is that it?
That's it. That's where I lived at. So
you fucking lived here?
Yes, I lived there above it. Yeah, so that's the place.
Okay.
This is when I was, you know, learning how to cook and stuff, and I was actually training there, and I lived upstairs. There's another. You should be able to find maybe like ghost. Look, go up to the top and type in ghost. Just ghost and just see what it comes up with. See, maybe go to all.
Spooky footage of Poltergeist. That's 2021.
That's a red in. Yeah. What was that?
I don't know, but I heard that too.
Okay. So anyway, we're here alone. But yeah, just go back to the picture of it. So I was living here for a good while, and there is that's crazy. That's so wild.
That's creepy as fuck.
This is like right outside of Birmingham, and Solihull was like it's an old salt road that the Romans used to use, and you know, to bring salt back and forth and stuff like that. So it's got a lot of history. This place was built like in the 1400s. You know what I mean?
Shit,
like like stuff over there has actual real history. So while we're there, whenever I get there, they're kind of telling me all these different stories of like, hey, just so you know, there's this ghost here named Alice, and she's very nice. You know, like it's a really normal thing.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be stuff that moves around. There's going to be TVs and stuff that shuts off. There's going to be a lot of stuff that happens. All you got to do is just address her. And I was like, what in the fuck?
What do you mean address her?
Just be like, hey, Alice.
Hey, Alice, chill the fuck out.
Hey, Alice. Yeah. Stuff like that. Like, hey, Alice, stop.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'm from America. We don't have these things.
Yeah.
You know, so I carry on, you know, and then while I'm upstairs, I lived on the second floor. My buddy Dave lived on the third floor. And then we had like 2 or 3 other people that lived there with us that worked there. And, you know, at the end of the night, you close up, you lock the bottom door, you lock all the doors in the pub, you lock the bottom door, you go upstairs, and the stairway was locked. You know, like, I don't know what's happening. So, like, we would hear stuff all the time. I mean, like, my room was directly above the pub area, not the restaurant. Yeah. And I would hear chairs just moving across the floor all the time. And I got used to it. I was like, oh, fuck it. You know, it is what it is. Nothing's bothering me.
Yeah.
And then like one night, I guess they had some kind of like local ghost hunter meeting there, some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, and they actually came, they brought like a camera crew, all kinds of stuff. And they stayed there downstairs. And we were like, we're all drunk as piss. So we're just like, do whatever the fuck you want. You know what I mean? Because like at the end of the night, we're done cooking. We're at a pub. We're gonna drink.
Yeah.
You know, we drink and then we go upstairs and pass the fuck out. And so we're like, we're pretty drunk at this point, and all these people are downstairs and they're just like doing their fucking thing, whatever it is. And they came to us the next morning, had breakfast, and told us about a few things. And they were like, "Yo, you know, out in the there was stables. I guess it was an old house or something, and they had stables in the back, but we used it as dry storage. You know, like potato sacks and shit like that. Like I never went out there. There was a Lithuanian kid that worked there, and he was always the one that went out there. Ooh, he was super weird though. Didn't really talk to us. Couldn't really, you know, like couldn't really speak English. But so they were like, don't go out there. There's some dark spirits in that area. Just stay in here. Everything's fine in here. And then they told us this backstory of like, I guess some guy had killed his wife or something there. And turns out her name was Alice. Like, it's just like all this stuff that like I guess people already knew, kind of passing down the legend.
Yeah.
And so we were like, yeah. You know, we know Alice, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, that's the backstory. Okay. So like there's a bunch of stuff happening. Like pretty much every morning when I go down to the kitchen, I would be the one to open up. I'd unlock the doors, everything like that. And then there'd be we had a bread basket above the refrigerator. The bread would be on the ground every morning. And then each table, every single table in the restaurant and pub would be covered in salt. I don't know.
The fuck?
I don't know. And it was none of us doing it. Yeah. Nobody could get in from the bottom. You know, we were all too drunk to care. Like, you know, so this was normal. Like we got used to it. Sometimes the TVs would start going off fucking haywire and shit in the pub. And you'd be like, hey, Alice, chill the fuck out. And then they'd stop. Which was crazy, but like never once did you feel like threatened or anything weird. Well, so one day I had to go out to the dry store. It was the first time I had ever been out there. I mean, I've been living there for like 3 months. Yeah. I never went out to this place. And so I had to go out and like load in potatoes or something. And it was like, I don't know, like 6 o'clock at night. Nothing like dark. It wasn't too dark or crazy or anything. I walk in and it's like real heavy.
Yeah, you could feel that shit.
I felt just like sick.
Yeah.
So apparently the guy hung himself out in the
that'll do it.
in the stables. But yeah, so I felt really sick. Didn't really hear or see anything, nothing like that. But after that is when it just started to ramp. Like everything started to ramp up. There was like, oh man, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. Like during the night, I would go to sleep and there was a staircase next to my room. I lock my room every night though. Like, yeah. But like, absolutely. There was a staircase next to my room that led upstairs. And that's apparently where the kid lived or something. I don't really know the story of what happened. But it started to where we would hear little footsteps. There's no kid living here.
Yeah.
Like we'd hear little footsteps. It's like up and down the stairs all night. And then like stuff at the bar started to move. I mean, things that were like, you couldn't move. You know what I mean? Like the pool table and stuff.
Yeah.
Like would be like shifted when we come down. And like chairs would be all over the place. It was just like started to get more weird and more weird and more weird. Well, one night we're all, we had this like Kenny Rogers, like impersonator come over for some kind of wedding or some shit. And like, we're all kind of drinking and like having a good time. And like, we get pretty drunk. Yeah. Well, the night's over. It's like super late. these people stayed forever. We all head back upstairs. We've shut the place down. Like everything downstairs is dark, done, cleaned, and we're locked up upstairs. And so we're like all sitting upstairs, kind of smoking cigarettes and just drinking. And I was like, yo, I'm hungry. Like, does anybody else want any food? And they're like, yeah. Like, I was like, okay, I'm going to go make some sandwiches. And like, just go downstairs and make a bunch of sandwiches. I'll bring them.
And all this shit's already happened, and you're just like, I'm just going to go make sandwiches by myself.
I lived there, like, it was normal. So, and nothing ever scared me, you know. It was just stuff that, like, I had never seen anything happen. I had just, like, heard it and then saw the result of it the next day. So I go down to the kitchen, and the kitchen had this, like, window that was like a blurry kind of see-through window, but the window from the kitchen led straight to this big giant bay window across the restaurant that had like street lights and stuff. So you could see outside, like outside light from the kitchen window.
Yeah.
Well, I run into the kitchen and turn the light on, and I'm just in there like cooking stuff. And so like, everybody stays upstairs. We had this girl that worked there named Haley. Super nice, but she was upstairs drinking with everybody. And when I was in the kitchen cooking stuff, I saw someone walk past that door, like past that light. And there was like a little wraparound area. So I thought they were walking past it and then wrapped around and then would come into the kitchen. So I stopped. No one came into the kitchen. There's no reason for you to go that way. There's no restroom. There's nothing.
Yeah.
It's just walls on the other side of it. So like, I'm just like standing there waiting. And then I saw it go back. And I was like, oh.
Nope.
The fuck?
Yeah.
So I call Haley. Like I call upstairs. And I'm like, hey. Are you downstairs? She's like, no. I hear everyone talking upstairs. They're all like in the kitchen.
I'd be
still.
like, what are y'all?
Because no one really wants to go downstairs. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's cold. You're in England. Like, you stay up by the heater. So like, I'm like, what the fuck? So I like finish doing what I'm doing, and then I see it again. And at this point, I'm just like, okay, fuck this thing. So like, I thought it was someone that was there to rob the pub.
Yeah,
like someone got in. Someone's going to take the money out of the pub. I'm in a kitchen full of chef knives. So I walk out with a chef knife. And as soon as I walk out, there's like a little, like that thing that you walk around, but it's like maybe like, counter height. And as soon as I walk out, I see a woman standing at the bay window, just looking out of the bay window in a dress, like a long dress. She's skinny, so she looks like Haley. Haley's like a skinny, tall girl. And so I'm like, hey, what the fuck? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
you just trying to freak me the fuck out? Like, the fuck?
No response. And I'm like, Haley. And then just immediately I'm like, that's not Haley.
Yeah.
So I drop down. I drop down behind the thing. And I'm just like, oh my God. So I like push the kitchen door back open and I kind of like crawl into it and call them. She answers immediately. I mean, there's no way. You know what I mean? Like, she's the only girl there. There's no way that she's going to answer immediately and be standing there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God, there's someone down here in the pub. And she's like, she's like, oh, what? Like, what? Freaks out. Everyone gets quiet. And I'm like, there's someone in the pub. Like, I need y'all to come down and help because I think there's someone in the pub. And so they all just I hear them. They're coming down like an army. So they're like running downstairs. Nothing. Couldn't find anything. All the doors were still locked.
Yeah.
Nothing was there. And so like after that, it started to just get worse and worse and worse. And then finally I was just like, fuck this, I'm leaving. And I moved out.
Oh shit. So
it got like really, really bad. Like to the point to where everybody was just like not sleeping well. Yeah. Like no one could sleep. There was noise going on and on and on. They had these like old like doors that were in the front of the building that were like, I don't know, 400 pounds each. These things are huge.
Yeah.
Like it would take two of us to open them in the morning because you would just leave them open. And then there was another door, you know, that came into each side, restaurant or pub. But these huge doors, they would just boom, 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 open and close. Like you're just literally shutting that door. And it got so loud and it just got worse and worse and worse every single night. And I mean, this was like months of this happening. Yeah, but it was ever since I went out to that thing that it started like to get bad. And then like more and more people started to travel there just to see like what was happening.
Yeah.
Because there was like a lot of stuff. It was like a poltergeist. It was the craziest thing I've ever been around. And so I moved from there to another place called The Oak in Warwick. And that place was old as shit too. And I swore it was haunted for the longest time. I heard shit all the time.
Yeah.
But then it just turns out that there was like hundreds and thousands of bats living in the attic.
There's fucking platter.
It was like, and I mean like, not like little bats. These motherfuckers were like huge. Like they had to bring out like all of these like this conservatory, like all of these conservation people.
They had to move like an ecosystem.
And move them.
Yeah.
It was the craziest thing.
Jesus.
Dude, it was nuts. Like I was like, this place is fucking haunted. I just left that place. It followed me here.
It's trapped on
I'm
me.
like, oh my God.
Shit.
But it's just upstairs just going fucking crazy. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm like, there's no one upstairs. But it just, none of us wanted to walk in there. Because the smell that was coming from there was so rough. Oh, dude, the smell. We thought there's a demon upstairs.
Like some
And it's
like
just-
that rotting
and it's-
egg smell or like
Oh yeah, it was so bad. And I was like, there's a demon upstairs, and it's just like trapped there. And it sounds like it's trapped, and it's just trying to escape all night.
so it was just the bats. The bats would just smell bad. Is that what that
It
was?
was the bats. Yeah, it was just a shitload of bats. As
Shitting
soon as
all
they got
over
rid
the
of the
place.
bats, everything was fine.
Oh my God.
But yeah,
That's funny.
Halloween.
Halloween, baby. Damn.
So yeah, I haven't really had too many other experiences with ghosts and stuff. Not here, at least.
No.
Maybe a few, but
I've definitely. I mean, the one like the Maxwell House one was my only time where I was just like, "Fuck."
yeah,
The other times I've like walked in somewhere that's just really old, and I'm just like,
yeah,
Oof.
you feel weird.
you just feel like heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy's it's like when you walk into like at the graveyards where they have the room, what's that, mausoleum?
Mausoleums?
When you walk in there, it just
Yeah.
feels heavy.
Yeah,
like
it feels
heavy
gross.
air. Yeah, because I mean, there's literally rotting flesh inside.
Which is crazy to me.
Yeah, fuck that.
Like,
Burn
hey,
my
let's
ass.
stick dead bodies in these cabinets.
Yeah, ugh, weird. Throw my ass in the trash. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. No, I don't want anything to do with
Burn me.
So let's see if there's any, before we end, I want to see if there's any like Palafox ghost stories, you know, because our offices are on Palafox, and, you know, our city, Pensacola, is now the first city, right?
Yeah.
First settlement.
We are the first settlement. St. Augustine is the first settlement that was continuous. We were first, but we got wiped out by a hurricane.
So I'm
It took many years to
sure
come back.
there are a ton of like really awesome ghost stories and stuff from here, you know. Maybe that could be a thing, like if in the comments on the YouTube video, if you guys want to leave your ghost stories, that would be awesome. Maybe we could read some and then talk about them in the next episode. But you know, because I love hearing about it. Like I'm not a big scary movie person, but you know, if it's like a true story, like that show The Watcher,
Yeah.
yeah, like I love stuff like that, you know.
Ooh, the Pensacola Lighthouse. That place for
The
sure
lighthouse
haunted.
is really rough, huh?
Fort Brancas and Fort Pickens for sure. Those are Civil War era shit. Sanger Theater, 110%. Seville Quarter, you get so drunk there, you don't know what the fuck's happening.
I bet that place is super haunted though.
Seville Quarter?
Oh yeah.
I mean, oh yeah, I guess, yeah. No, that's by Pensacola Bay Brewery.
Pensacola Victorian Bed and Breakfast. Imogene Theater in Milton. That's where I live, and I've heard tons of stuff about that place.
I bet some rough stuff happened at the.
I bet there has. I mean, that's
Milton back in those days.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Coon Hill Cemetery. That's
Coon
the big.
Hill. So what's the story about Coon Hill? I hear stuff about Coon Hill all the time.
So like back in the day, we'd all sneak over to Coon Hill, and it's like the small little cemetery in like miles back into the woods. Like just you had to walk at a certain point, and you just walk for like a mile or two to get back there. And the big thing was like you would see stuff, hear stuff, but there was a wall that was like this width
and
of
you get pushed off the wall.
You get pushed off the wall.
Yeah,
so everyone would walk, and people would fake get pushed off, actually get pushed off, but it was always like that was the big thing with that. But now it's like infamous, and you have to like supposedly get appointments and shit to go there.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. You can only visit the center by appointment.
Yo. Do you remember when we went to the haunted place in New Orleans and ate?
Oh, well, we took the pictures?
We took the pictures.
Oh, I wish I fucking had those on here.
I think I've got them.
I know I have them somewhere.
I've got them. We'll edit them in.
Yeah.
We'll show them.
Because there was that little, it would be.
We'll show them right here.
But there was that one room where, what was the story? There was some guy.
I can't remember the name of this place. Was it Jackson's or something?
I mean, I could probably look it up. It was supposedly the most haunted.
It was
restaurant
they would leave a plate out for the old owner.
Yeah, for the old owner, a glass of wine and a plate or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Muriel's in Jackson Square. Yeah, that's it. That's the place. But they had a seance room.
There it is.
There it is.
That's it.
Whoa, what is that?
That's one of the...
Dude, that looks like the shit that we took pictures here.
So this was the view into the place.
Yeah, in the seance room.
And there's literally a picture of, I think it's Kelsey, standing dead center right, like where the curtains go up. And right above her right shoulder, there's that little fucking orb. That little circle.
That had like a face.
That had almost like a face-like
yeah. And then there's another one of you right outside that room.
Yeah. That had...
Right in...
Oh,
weird. We didn't see the sarcophagus.
Yeah, that might have made it a little...
Yeah, right outside that room, I had one of you in... Or maybe it was like me and you in a mirror.
Was that the outside?
I don't know, but... Oh, there it was up to the... in the right. Keep going. There it is. That was the outside room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was standing, like on the right side of the thing. That's where you entered that room.
And it had...
And you did get that
there was
little
another
orb.
There was like another orb in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that place was sketch, dude.
I don't remember the sarcophagus stuff. They just like add that later or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if you're ever in New Orleans, check out Muriel's.
I mean, the food was incredible.
Oh yeah, it was.
Just
it was
for
amazing.
The food
they
alone.
do like a 3-course.
Yeah, like
it was incredible.
But
really good food. But yeah, the story's great. The cocktails were awesome. Yeah. Maybe that's what the orbs were. It's just our blurry vision.
Yeah, I was just trying to see if there was a little...
There's also that place that's down there that Nick Cage bought. Nicolas Cage bought a mansion in New Orleans. And apparently it was like a really famous or infamous...
pyramid tomb?
Yeah, he's got a pyramid tomb there.
So when he dies, that's where he's going to go?
Yeah.
He's already...
Does Nicolas Cage own a house in New Orleans? Go to that one.
The
Lalaurie Mansion.
Ooh, wasn't that in like a American Horror Story or some shit?
I think it was, yeah. Where she like bathes in like slave blood or something like that.
Dark Connections. Why is it? Yeah. The Beautifully Haunted. I don't know if it's beautiful, but...
Awesome place, though.
Yeah, American Horror Story.
Yeah.
Season 3 and filled in there.
And True Blood.
Dope. What?
It's from Interview with a Vampire, too?
True, yeah, looks like it.
Oh, with the pit and the cruise?
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
What? You ever seen Interview with a Vampire?
I might have.
Man, you got to watch that.
Very forgetful, so...
Oh, man, you can't forget that movie. That's a good movie.
Well, then I haven't seen it.
Tom Cruise is a fucking crazy person. I love it.
I think he still is, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he had to act for that one then.
Scientology. That's scary enough.
Scientology?
Yeah.
Yeah. The shit that, yeah.
Going clear? You clear, dude?
Nope. Don't even know what that means. I'm just going to go ahead and give an answer that says, fuck no, I'm not.
On while Daddy's away episodes, we usually we try and contact Danny.
Try to get a hold of Daddy, but sometimes he's
We're gonna
too far away getting milk.
we're gonna use because we don't have a Ouija board, so I'm gonna use a Ouija board on my phone and see if we can contact the Danny on the other side. I know that he's about to fly out to England today, so he might not answer. Which, I mean, is totally fine.
Yeah. Nope, ain't happening.
Yeah, he's not going to answer.
Usually if he's going to answer, it's in like
he
the
must
first...
not come back. He must not be coming back from getting milk.
Yeah, he said he's just going to get some cigarettes and some milk and come back to us, but I guess not.
Too late.
Because he left his cigarettes here, so I don't know what cigarettes he's going to get.
Right. So, yeah. If you have any really cool paranormal stories or anything like that, we're not a paranormal podcast at all. We don't give a shit. But we do like a good story. Yeah. So if you want to, tell us.
Or just some cool places that are fucking haunted that if we're out and about, stop by.
Yeah.
Like restaurants like that, Muriel's, or like just some weird shit that you've had some questionable experiences at,
Yeah. Also, if you have some money, go to asesinadotequila.shop. We just put up some new stuff. So you can also buy the entire company.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap, actually.
It comes with a hat.
With a hat.
You buy the hat.
And the company.
The company comes with it. Yeah. Which is crazy. It's $50 million right now and 69 cents.
That's cheap.
We don't pay the taxes on it though, so
good luck.
That's a you thing.
It would be about $3.5 million in taxes. So.
It would I'd
probably be about 54.
I'd be upset, but then I would be like, well, I mean, it's $50 million. I wouldn't be that upset.
I'd be retired immediately.
Yeah. I'd be pretty sad though.
Send me an early retirement, someone out there, please.
Yeah. If you buy it, you still got to employ us because I don't want to work. I just want to drink tequila for free. So
that's pretty much why
that's part of the contract. We haven't put that on there yet, but we get free tequila for life.
Yeah.
But go on there. We just released a new shirt, Party Till You Die.
Party Till You Die.
Party Till You Die.
And a shirt with me shirtless on said shirt.
A shirtless George on a shirt. Mm-hmm. It's a very ironic shirt. And then a bunch of fuck whiskey, drink tequila stuff too.
Yeah, I think I'm not wearing that.
Also, we may be dropping a little Halloween stuff. Yeah. A little Halloween ditty.
Special edition stuff, yeah.
A Halloween ditty today. So we'll see. But yeah, give us a shout. Give us your ghost stories and drink some tequila. We'll see you guys later.
Peace.